Good morning Year 6, welcome to day 4. Hope you're all well and having a good time with all your maths and loads of hard work whilst you're off. So, this morning, as normal, we're going to start with Fluent in 5. Today we are going to focus on short division. Have a go, pause the video and we'll go through it together afterwards. So, hopefully you've all had a go, so let's go through and look at the answers. So you've got 288 divided by 6. Having pen problems as normal, I bet you'll feel right at home. So you've got 200s. Can you share that into 6 groups? Hopefully you realise the answer was no, you can't. So then you have 28 tens. The closest you can get to 28 in the 6 times table is 24, which is 4 lots of 6. You then have 4 left over. You can get to 48 in the 6 times table because that is 8 times 6. So the answer to the first one is 48. Problem number 2, 184.1. This one's slightly different because you have a decimal, but hopefully you didn't panic. So, you cannot share 100 into 7 groups equally. So you now have 18 tens. If you got really stuck, remember you could have written your 7 times table down below. So, as you can see, the closest we can get to 18 is 14, which is 2 lots of 7. We now have 4 left over. If you carried it down if you needed to, after 21 we have 28, 35 and then 42. The closest we can get to 44 is 42. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lots of 7. So your digit is 6 and you have 2 left over. 21 is in the 7 times table, so the answer is 26.3. Question number 3. 706.5 divided by 9. Again, you can write out your 9 times table if you feel you need to, or you can use the absolutely awesome trick with your fingers as well. So, can you share 700s into 9 equal groups? No. So you've now got 70. The closest you can get to 70, you can get your fingers out here, is 63. That is 7 times 9. Then, if you've got 63, you've got 7 left over. The closest you can get to 76 is 72. That is 8 times 9. That gives you 4 left over. 45 tenths shared into 9 equal groups will give you 5 in a group. Now be careful, don't miss that really important decimal point. Number 4, you've got 456 divided by 5. Hopefully with this one you noticed it doesn't end in a 5, so it isn't going to be perfectly divisible by 5. I've got space here ready, I know I'm going to need it. So I cannot share 4 into 5 equal groups. So that means I now have 45 tens. I can share that equally into 5 groups, that gives me 9 in a group, with none left over. 6. The closest I can get to sharing 6 ones into 5 groups is 1 in a group, only using 5 of them. That means I have 1 left. Put in my placeholder, because I originally had no tenths, and then my spare 1, because 1 whole is the same as 10 tenths. Now I can get 2 in a group, and again, putting in that all-important decimal point. Last one, number 5, 2,854 divided by 5. Again, hopefully you notice the digit doesn't end in a 5 or a 0, so it's not necessarily in the 5 times table, so I've got space there for carrying on. 2. Can I share that into 5? No, I've got 28. The closest I can get is 25, which is 5 times. With how many left over? Well, hopefully you counted on, or you knew, 3. Closest I can get to 35 is 7, with none left over. 4 cannot share. However, I can take all 4 ones over to have 40 tenths. 40 is obviously in the 5 times table, with 8 in a group, and we're all important decimal point. Very well done, you got them right. So, I will now talk you through today's problems, and then you can pause the video between each and have a go. Problem number 1. Martha knows she's made a mistake in the calculations below. find and explain her error. What should the correct answer be? Pause the video, have a go. Task number 2. Now this gives you a bar model. You have to work out the values of A and B. In your first bar, your total is 1,386, just in case you can't see it. Now along the bottom, you have many parts in your bar. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 7 parts. So you need to think about how you would work out what A is. Bar number 2, you've got 3,339 as your total bar. Across the top, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 parts. So you need to work out how you would find B. Have a go. Number 6. Up here, you've got a picture. It says, how much does one bottle cost? Talk to the partner, or your parents, or yourself, if you fancy it, and see if you can spot the mistakes people could make. Be careful, you've only got £6, but you've got 12 water bottles. Good luck.